This time on Survivor Guy, I'm at home, taking part in an activity that millions of homeowners do every week, taking out the trash. Sometimes it's just a normal routine, but then there could always be complications, like forgetting the key and locking the door. You know, it just shows you survival can happen when you least expect it, and it normally does. I was just trying to take out the garbage. I happen to be filming myself because I like to film everything I do, just in case this situation arises. You know, survival often comes when you least expect it, which is why you're in a survival situation, and you don't really expect anything to happen at home. You're home. How hard is it to survive? But, you know, doing something simple like taking out the garbage, and I locked myself out. My wife's not home. She'll be gone probably for another 7 hours or so. So, 7 hours here on the front porch. No food, no water. It's getting a little cold out, so this is going to be rough. The other thing I have on me, fortunately, I have a light jacket on, but this isn't really, it's not going to be enough for later. And then, so I always carry a multi-tool, because you just never know what you're going to do. So right now, big thing, I'm going to need a drink. And I'll figure out how to get some water. So that's my first challenge. To get a drink, I'm going to need a cup. Fortunately, I found one in the garbage. You know, I'm pretty thirsty, and scavenging through the garbage, I found an old cup. Finally, it's something to put in it. This mat actually collects a lot of the rainwater around here because this porch kind of slopes in and all collects. You can see where it's wet here. It all kind of collects, and then this mat sucks it up like a sponge. So I might be able to get some water out of this mat. Oh, this is all wet. Yep. And it hasn't rained in probably 2 days, and this thing just soaks it up. Well, believe it or not, I'll come over here and show you. So that's going to help. A little tangy, but it's drinkable. So I think I'll be alright for a little bit anyway. So I'm outside my house, but there's a lot of things outside that you can use. And fortunately, I was taking the garbage out, so there's a lot of garbage, and it's amazing how much food people waste. So, digging through the garbage, I was able to find a little kind of granola bar thing, and you know, it looks fine. I'm sure it's safe to eat, so I draw it dry, but it's edible, and that's all I got for now. So unless something changes soon, this might be my last meal for quite some time. Now's really the time to assess my situation because the sun's going down, which means it's going to get a lot colder soon, and I'm going to need to keep warm somehow. Have to have a snow shovel, the cup I got out of the garbage, and there's a broom. Let's see what I can make out of those. Might have to scavenge some more garbage later if I get desperate. So I got about another, it's only been about a half hour since I let myself out, and already it's wearing on me. So Okay, I've been sitting out here quite some time now. It's dark, it's gotten really cold, and I just have a light jacket, no gloves. So I figured I better do. Wind started picking up, so I decided to get a little bit of a shelter built in front of me here. But then what would really be good is if I could get a fire going. Now, how do I get a fire going without setting my house on fire? I mean, that's the tricky part. But I was digging through the garbage when I was getting the box, and I found a tin pan, a little bit of steel wool, and an old battery. Also, I in the trash, I find a lot of old newspaper and kind of just shredded that up. Just gonna put it in the tin pan. And take my battery, I'm gonna run the steel wool across the top so that it touches both the connectors. I've never tried this before, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see what it does. Here's a spark. There's a little glow. Should practice this first, I guess. Whoa. There we go. It's going. Whoa, look at that. It's going on real nice. Oh, man. Get warm and... Wow, so this is nice to have fire. Really warm my hands up. With the wind block here, I'm doing pretty good. I can stay warm and maybe start thinking about gathering some food that I can cook on this fire.
Foraging for food in your front yard can have surprising results if you know what to look for. There are plenty of wild edibles around, like this pine tree, which drops these nutritious and quite tasty pine cones.
Okay, well, I found the one pine cone and then found another one pretty close by. So these are fairly fresh, and I might be able to cook them on the fire and see if that brings out more of the flavor. Just burn those a little while. Hopefully it don't attract the fire department or anything, but I think it'll be good. One other thing, I was scavenging around back, and on my neighbor's back porch, he'd actually set some beer hot. So I can have a little beer. Ooh, getting smoky here. But I can have a little beer by the campfire. So this does require a bottle opener. Fortunately, I got my multi-tool. Drinking this beer while having a nice fire going, this is great. In a survival situation, you really shouldn't drink alcohol because it actually will dehydrate you. But I only have about an hour left before my wife gets home, and if I don't get this cleaned up, I'm really going to be in trouble. So I think I better get working on that. Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of time left because all this has been fun. I think that's my wife coming up the road. Oh, it's going to be a good one.